All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is CryptoConfessions. What we're going to do is we're on the CoinFessions Twitter. They anonymously submitted CryptoConfessions. You can submit them your own on their link tree right here if you want to. We're going to go through some of them and talk about what they did right, what they did wrong, and the overall view of the CoinFessions in general. So let's get started. I have been programming a high-frequency bot for months. When I was done, I tested it with live data, and it generated $10,000 from $100 in 12 hours with around 100 trades. The next day, I deposited my entire salary and lost it all in one day due to fees. That's the worst. That's the absolute worst. Honestly, that just sucks. But personally, I do have to say that if you're going to go ahead and be making a bot, and one day you test with $100, and then the next you test with like $40K, which is a low end for a salary, that's not smart. You should probably go for $1,000 and keep on working with it until you're very comfortable with it. You can't really go from $100 to like 40, 50, 60K and just to mess around and test. Especially with the bot. Bots aren't perfect if you haven't really tested it. Other than that, that's not your best idea. So, I bought an NFT for $30 and sold it for $230,000. I feel sorry for the people that lost the money I gained, but also respect their choice to gamble. That's how it should be. That's a great thing about America, and I believe that the freedom of America is being brought in Web3 with a lot of things. So, the fact that like people are allowed to just do this, even though they know it's not the best idea. Like, it's not the best idea and the safest idea, but it is an idea and an option. No one's making them do anything. No one is forcing it down their throats. Like, hey, you need to invest in NFTs. Now, they will be they are the future. They are going to be a lot more involved in the future. I do have to say that. Sorry, my hair's bothering me. I do have to say that they will be a lot more relevant in the future. However, no one's making you invest in them for like a financial gain of any kind. So it's good that you can respect the other people's ability to gamble their money. I bought AXS at 45 cents in December of 2020. I knew it'd be a good pick, but no idea how far it would go. At the November peak, I made life-changing wealth for me and my mom. It's always been me and her. I finally had done something to make her proud. It's all gone now. The worst part is, on the way up, I wanted to make my mom $1 million too. We were both so happy and euphoric that she gave me a good chunk of her retirement money. I bought the top with her money. 6 months later, I kept assuring her that I will find a good job and pay her back. Dude, the thing about this stuff, the crypto, the NFTs, Web3 in general, Web3 investing in general right now is you can only invest the same with the stock market. Only invest with what you're willing to lose. Do not invest with anything more, because stuff like this happens. And I'm not gonna lie, spoiler alert for anyone that follows this Twitter, half of these projects are like, I lost all my money. I put in $100,000. I put in like hundreds of thousands of dollars. I put in my entire life savings, and now I want to kill myself. Now I want to die. Now I want, my mom hates me, and my family, my wife left me. All this stuff. Don't put in more than what you can risk, which is typically, for the record, 20% of your income max. Usually. Just saying. I still haven't told my wife we lost 50% of our savings in Anchor. I'm putting what's left over for my paychecks into restoring it back to the initial amount, hoping she will notice. It'll take me approximately 5 years with my current salary. We planned to buy a house next year. See, stuff like that. If you're going to have to choose one, either invest in NFTs or buy a next house, go for the house. Buy a home. Jeez, dude. People risk too much with what they don't really have. And if the little they do have, they risk it all. Don't do that. It's not smart. I have to say that like a million times. It has been the most devastating 7 months of my life. I have never seen something as difficult as trying to be a trader. I came with the intention of making money, and I was clickbaited by most accounts claiming absurd gains. I am ashamed of my losses of myself. I sold my car, lost 6 years of salary, took out stupid loans, and worst of all, lost a big part of myself emotionally. I'm now really antisocial and unwilling to do anything, but I will not accept defeat as an option. I will go on, my head held high, because one day, even if very slowly, I will recover what I've lost. Number one, love the attitude in the second paragraph. That's the best. No matter how hard you get defeated, I am so glad that you're able to pick yourself back up and then make something out of what you are, because all these things are, don't think of it as all your money going to zero. Think of it as you're paying that much for a lesson. Now, I do have to say something that I have to remind myself constantly, because people try to scam on Web3 more than anything else. If it looks too good to be true, Most accounts claiming absurd gains. If it looks too good to be true, it is. Friends, family, online, people you don't know for specifically. Web3 is full of all these stupid promises. If it looks too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Do not go into it. Do not invest. And definitely don't put in 6 years of salary, loans, selling your car. It's one thing to go all in, but it's another thing to know what you're doing. Like, that's just the most important thing. My business partner abandoned our $2 million a year business to start an NFT project to make quote-unquote $2 million in a day. When he launched, he almost got no sales and abandoned the project. I won't let him come back to my business now. Good. Smart. If you let him inside the business, he would probably rug pull the business like he just rug pulled his own project. He probably promised something. If he abandoned the project, that means he's not going to continue it, which means that he would probably do that with your business the second things got rough. That's not a good business partner. Yeah, $2 million in a day off the bat. Good luck, dude. I spent the last year building a project on a blockchain that shows huge amounts of potential, but it's gaining zero traction. It seems that every time we make progress, we hit a wall due to the decisions made by the core developers, which forces us to go back to the drawing board. Even though the tech is arguably better than any other chain out there, I've lost almost all faith that this ecosystem will ever succeed, and I'm constantly questioning why I have even put myself in this corner. All right? Whoever hired these people, it's their fault. Not only is it the core developers' fault, whoever hired these core developers are at fault for doing this, because that's part of like hiring someone. You have to make sure that they are on your side and that they will listen to what you have to say. You got to find someone that will work for you. Working with someone, it's not always the easiest thing. If you have the clear distinction of I make the rules, I tell you what to do, and you just do what I do and get paid. That's a whole different situation. That's when you can finally like reliably consider these people, and then later on grow. But that's how it has to be. So I feel that's why I'm the single developer on my own project right now. Tinker Tots, for the record, which is my background. I love showing this off. Tinker Tots it is my project. It's right now I've made it my background. I'm using it as a web MP4/GIF background project, as well as a PFP, as well as gamification, and it's all together, all in all, community development. So I understand that thoroughly. All right, convinced my family to YOLO 10K on time at 8K, and together we watched it dwindle to 0. You know what? I would not convince family. It's better to show off than to risk your family and friends' funds. That's why I've never taken money from family and friends. They've asked me like, hey, if I give you $1,000, can you invest it? I say no every single time. No. The most I've ever invested is $250, and that's because I am personally involved in the project. And it's either I'm going to pay him back $250, which is easy, or I'm making money off that $250. So, yeah, I don't mess with stuff like that personally. I got a tattoo of a project. It rugged. That means you probably got a tattoo of it way too early on, because, dude, people are too frivolous with their bodies sometimes. Tattoos are, honestly, it's a story, nevertheless. But I would say, don't do that stuff so early on. Wait until you actually see it start gaining, and then start tattooing stuff to your body. You probably also tattooed your ex's name in the first week of the relationship. You know what I mean? And more power to you, though. Alright, through the past bull run, I convinced myself I was a better coin trader while on uppers. Now 250K in unrealized gains have vanished, and I spiraled into depression and a substance problem no one knows about. Drugs suck. Don't do drugs. I'm a high proponent of no drugs. Don't do drugs. I don't care if you think you're a better person on weed jacks in your brain. I don't care if you think you're better this drunk. Being drunk messes up your body. I don't care if you think you're better like this on mushrooms. Don't mess up your body. It's not worth it, honestly. I'm sorry that happened, though. That's so depressing. Look, it's 250K gone. That could last you. Honestly, if you live frugally, or just frugally means not wasting all your money and being smart with your money. 250K, you only need about 35K, 40K if you want to be a little fun. 6.25 years that you wouldn't have to worry about whatsoever. So you just basically lost 6 years of income. I'm so sorry to hear that, but you know what? You got this, and you will move forward. Do not let your losses become you. They are a stepping stone in your journey. I made it in crypto. I'm from quite a modest background and haven't told my mom I'm rich. I'm really scared that money could change our relationship, and she will see me as a walking ATM more than a son. I discreetly make sure she doesn't need anything. I bought her a car when hers broke down, but nothing fancy. Same with new appliances for her flat, but always in a range that regular middle-class son could afford. I see people in the ecosystem that gives unlimited credit cards to the parents, and I don't know if I'm a cheap, bad son or if what I do is right. What you're doing is right. Honestly, personally, I am an open individual with my friends and family, so I tell them everything I can. So if I made it and I want to bless her, I would ask her like one thing she would really want, and then not let them pull any strings. And honestly, money doesn't change people. Money brings out people's true personalities. If she's really a grateful person, by telling her that you are now a millionaire, she will not ask for a million things. If she really does care about relationship, and if she starts trying to ask for too much, you can just say, Mom, I think you're taking too much of me, and then she will respectfully stop. But money doesn't change anyone. People say money changes people. No, money brings out who people are. Same thing with power and status. It doesn't change anyone. It shows you who you are. While I'm life-changing money twice, both times I took the path down to zero. Greed is a B, and I never learn. Greed is the worst. The love of money, biblically, is the root of all evil. So do not go chasing that money. Take what you can. Always take a healthy percentage to live off of. If you're doing it full time and you make like 10K, take at least half of that, keep it, and then use the rest to invest. You cannot keep on doubling. That's like saying like, oh, I put in $10 in the casino and got $10,000. Now I'm going to spend all $10,000 trying to go to $1 million. This isn't what you're supposed to do. Be smart. Take some cash for yourself to at least say like this was worth it. What my dad taught me is anytime you invest, once you get to a healthy point where you can pull out your original investment. So basically when you double your money, take out your original investment and then you're back at your flat rate. Now you might have lost some unrealized gains. Like you might not double, triple, quadruple as fast as you wish. But what that means is that whatever happens to the rest of that money is just happens. It rides. I did that. I should have done that a couple times. I didn't. I regretted it for a little bit, but here we are. And all in all, ever since I started doing that, I'm a much mentally healthier individual, and am able to risk a lot more while being smart about it. I have been trading these markets full-time since 2017. It has not been easy, but ever since I stopped giving an F about anyone or any project in the space, I finally started making money. I am here to steal from you. That's true. People are like that. Life is technically a lot easier once you stop caring about anyone else besides yourself, but the issue with that is that you lose a core part of humanity, and people almost always regret that near the end point. So a lot of people have the mentality of just like, I'm taking your money. I don't care what's what. I don't care what's right or wrong. I am here to steal. Just like Satan, here to steal, kill, and destroy. Just know that people are like that in the space, and he's at least honest with it. At least he knows himself, and hopefully he'll change. Praying for you, man. Made 350K on a crap coin. Diamond handed it. Thought I'd go to $1 million and end up selling it for $6K a year and a half later. If you ever have a life-changing amount of money, pull out. I don't care. Or again, pull out half. Pull out. If you pull out half, that would have been $175K in unrealized gains. Jeez, if you made that much money, dude, I don't even know what you could have. Bro, have a goal. Anytime you invest, you have to have a pull-out goal. If you don't, then you're not going to know when to pull out, so money's going to keep going up and up and up and up and up. Thank God that I finally had one for myself when I was doing some altcoins myself. I was doing some altcoins, specifically Hoj. I didn't have a goal the first time. It hit 10K. I should have pulled out. I didn't. It dropped after it hit 10K. I went from 1K to 10K in a week. And then I didn't pull out, even though 10K was my goal. Then I decided to have a stern goal next time. I put in 3K, pulled out 15K. And then boom, guess what? It started dropping down. Or I pulled out like 20K and made like 15, 16K after taxes and the fees and everything. But that was my goal. I did it, and I'm a much better man for it. So you have to have a pull-out goal. I'm stuck with a failed NFT project that never sold out and that drains my energy every day. I am doxxed and also work in Web3 in a public-facing position, so I can't just leave. Starting this was the worst decision of my life. That's why you need to do something like me in my project. So Tinker Tots, let me show it again. Tinker Tots is my NFT project. I love it. And what I'm doing, because I can't afford to constantly work on a project that isn't providing for me financially, I'm doing mint goals. So I'll provide this once we sell this many NFTs. So the first mint goal is once I sell out of Series 1, my Series 1 goal is 100, and the prize will be I put the game on the App Store. And then I'll have another one. If it sells at 125, I'll do open up a print shop for it, so people can actually get their NFTs on demand. And once I do that, then this and this and this. Well, doing mint goals is a lot less mentally draining because you can keep up with the project, keep posting updates, but you don't really have to develop or work on anything until they pass the mint goal. And then once you do that, release a new series or talk to community, see what they want, and then go from there. So that's just a tip for something that you don't have to do next time you do it, or if you're looking at this, just a tip for you in the future if you ever open up an NFT project. Mint goals. I work for 3 different DAOs, making between 150K to 200 at each. I do about 10 calls per week, chime in, and go back to smoking weed. What bear market? That's a life for some people. If you get yourself in a good position in this Web3 market, you are coasting the rest of your life, okay? So, honestly, that's just something to look forward to. Maybe being a consumer isn't the best option for some of you. Maybe you need to look into being a developer, being a part of a DAO, being a part of a hedge fund, being a part of something that involves Web3 if you like Web3 so much, but it doesn't have to be a consumer. I use my student aid from the government to trade crap coins. Was up big, bought stuff on deferred payment to pay with profits later. Never do that. I am down 100% and have consumer debt. Do not do that. Deferred payment is crap, dude. They are created for systems to screw you up. Banks will never give you money hoping you can pay them back. They're giving you money to hopefully make money off of you. Credit cards, no one's being nice like, oh, here's a casual 10K loan. No, it has a high interest rate because they're making you pay them back. They're making their money. They want to make money off of you. Do not do this stuff for yourself if you care about yourself. While at NFT NYC, I got wasted, already bad, and was walking late at night. So I decided to delete MetaMask and my notes where my seed phrases were in case I got robbed. I reinstalled them today and found out I didn't back up my notes. My accounts are not synced to any device. Down bad, like 100K plus bad. That's already a horrible idea. First of all, always never have everything on your phone, because if the worst case happens and your phone's messed up, you lost everything. I did it with my laptop. My laptop was, I had my seed phrases for my first wall on my laptop for crypto keys and everything. My motherboard exploded. Literally, my motherboard one day exploded. I cannot get into the SSD because it's locked to the motherboard, and I didn't know that was a thing, and I threw away the motherboard because it was broken. Couldn't fix it. And keep in mind, I had thousands of dollars invested when ETH was like $100, $80, stuff like that. So I know how hard it is. Just we got to be smart with how we keep our seed phrases, guys. Just a heads up. I made 130K off rugging creator coins on BitClout when it first came out and don't feel any kind of way about it. That's just numb, man. I feel sorry for you, bro. If you can't have emotions, you can't feel anything like that, that's just being numb. At least a lot of people feel guilt for stealing people's money, but if you don't feel any way about it, we got to look internally and see if you're alive. I bought everything relatively early, but also sold everything early. I sold a massive Doge stack at 7 cents. I sold Sol at $5. I sold ADA at 30 cents. And worst of all, I sold a stack of sheep for 15K that at the top would have been worth 1 billion plus. I wake up every day and go into an office and think about the life I could have had. Don't. Appreciate the life you do have. It's better than most people's. Most people pray to God that they could have the gains you had. You made it. You obviously have a knack for calling coins at an early stage, and that's a blessing. And you need to take that, continuously utilize it. It's better to consistently take smaller gains than it is to risk it all on nothing. Because here's the thing, if you take that mentality into any other altcoin that doesn't have the power to blow up, but you're just really like mad at yourself, and you start putting all the money you gained into one project, and you're like, I'm not gonna pull out till I'm a billionaire, you're gonna lose it all. There's a 99% chance you're gonna lose everything you've ever worked for. So it's better to take smaller gains consistently, which is what everyone's dreaming of doing, than to go risk it all for like a big gain. Because if you haven't seen all these other stories, everyone's had that mentality, and they've all lost it all. Just a heads up. All right, last one. I am the project of a large Bitcoin project. Last one. I am the founder of a large Bitcoin project. I secretly hate our Discord community. They are the most toxic, ungrateful, disgusting, and idiotic group of people I have ever seen. They all have terrible ideas, and we would have tanked our project many times over if we had implemented even just one of them. The thing about these communities is they are based on the creators and what they're promoting. I'm just saying, you attract what you are. These people flock to you because this is who they are. What I would do, start implementing new features that might throw them off. So let's say like 10% of all sales or 5% of all sales for the next couple months go to this charity. See if that scares a lot of them away. You want these people out of community and you want them to be replaced with new guys. Honestly, a lot of these communities are built off of like referral systems where it's like, oh, we're doing referral contests for Discord. That stuff just brings anyone who wants money. And those people are not people who you want in your community. My community will never have that stuff for Tinker Tots. That will never be a thing because I want to build genuine communities and not things that people can just think they're going to get rich over. We're going to get rich in friendship, which sounds stupid, guys, but that's so much harder than getting rich in money. So, I hope you guys like this. If you guys like this enough and it blows up, I will do another video in this series. Peace out. Have a great day, and I will catch you guys later.